Hello guys, I wanted to do another video for you, so be about 45 minutes long. We'll do a little bit of supine and then some 4-point to finish off at the end. So we'll start by loosening off into your shoulders. So we'll just stand with your feet hip width apart, your knees soft. We'll turn over to one shoulder, let's hold that neck stretch. And then coming back to centre and round to the other side. And we'll just keep that going now, back and forth with the head. We'll just start to gently loosen off the neck muscles. Let's do one more here. And then we'll come back to centre. We're going to draw the chin into the collarbone, feel that stretch in your upper back. And then lifting up towards the sky. And let's keep that going now. We'll start to keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Let's do one more. Good, we'll come back to centre, so facing straight ahead now. Tip your ear over to your shoulder, slide your opposite hand down your side. Let's feel that stretch right in the side of the neck. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, let your shoulders sink down and just relax your neck over into that stretch. We'll gently come back up to the middle. Let's tip to the other side. Opposite hand is sliding down. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, relax in your shoulders. Relax into that stretch. We'll gently lift back up. Let's draw the chin into the collarbone. We'll start to roll up to one shoulder. And then dropping down, letting your chin trace along the collarbone up to the other shoulder. We'll keep that going now. So very gentle with this one, but feeling that stretch in the upper back. We'll just do one more here. Good, and then we'll come back to the middle. We'll loosen off the shoulders, so start with your rolls. Let's bring the shoulders back, up, back, down and forward. Okay, so lifting up to the ears, let your shoulder blades pinch back together. We'll start to lift the elbows up now, so maybe take your hands on your shoulders here, lift the elbows up, melt the shoulder blades down and circle the elbows back. So getting more into the chest muscles now. Good, let's do a few big arm circles. So reaching up, opening the arms out. So really reaching up, feel that stretch right down your side and your abdominals. Good, so starting with the shoulders, let's take it back up, forward and down, other direction. Good, and we'll start to bring the elbows up now, so pulling them in front. Let's do our arm circles to finish off. Big stretch here, reach up to the ceiling and then reach your arms out in front. So you feel that stretch into the back of the shoulders and your upper back. Lovely guys, a little shake out. Okay, let's get into our neutral alignment now. Standing alignment, so knees are staying soft. We'll get our pelvis into neutral, tipping back and forth, settling in the middle. Holding the abdominals in as you relax your arms down. Let's inhale now, shrugging your shoulders up to your ears. We'll attach our helium balloons. As you exhale, melt your shoulders down and lengthen through your spine and neck. Lifting your rib cage up now. Ribs and shoulders lifted. Keep your rib cage lifted. Exhale to melt your shoulders down as you lengthen. We'll bring the shoulders up one last time. Start from your shoulders. We'll rotate outwards. Let your palms follow. And we'll melt the shoulders down now. Let your shoulder blades slide down your back. And elastoplast them into your rib cage as you take your arms by your sides. Into our corkscrew. Let's inhale. Exhale to melt the shoulders down. And inhale again. And then exhale as you pull down and lengthen your spine and neck. So helium balloons on the ears. Let's do a few of these. So knees are soft, pelvis into neutral. So that length is coming from the top and bottom of your spine. Feeling the spaces increase in between the vertebra. Do one more here. Good. Have a little shake out there. Let's make our way down onto the mat now. We'll come down and we'll start with the legs in a bent leg position. Okay, we'll get into alignment again now. So your pillow's not too far down your neck, your chin is tucked in a little. We'll take a few deep breaths. Just start to let your body sink back into your mat, letting all your muscles relax down. Take a nice deep breath in when you're ready. As you exhale, let the back of your rib cage really soften and flatten back into place, especially getting that last bottom rib touching the mat. Palms are facing up, arms are just out to the side enough, letting your shoulder blades flatten out. We'll get our pelvis into neutral, so tipping back and forth, make that move smaller and smaller, settling round about the middle. So we're just following the natural curve that we have there through our lower spine. Your feet and knees hip width apart will keep the legs bent, pressing nice and evenly into all four corners of your feet. So let's wake up our corset muscles. We'll go through our breathe in. So let's inhale now. So take your breath into the sides of your rib cage. And as you exhale, let's pull each side of your rib cage in towards each other, pulling across your upper body. And we'll inhale. Exhale to pull across your rib cage, and now pull your tummy muscles down, belly button into your spine, but without pressing down into your lower back. Let's inhale. Exhale to pull across your ribs. We'll flatten the abdominals and pull across the front of the hip bones as well now. Lower abdominals are now working. We'll put this all together. Let's inhale. As you exhale, lace up your corset now. So pulling across your ribs, your hip bones, down on your tummy muscles. Inhale when you're ready. Take a few breaths in your own time. So lacing up your corset as you exhale. Letting all your muscles relax on your inhale. So shoulders are feeling heavy, arms and legs are really relaxed. We're just isolating into your core while we hold our bodies in alignment, spine in neutral, pelvis in neutral alignment, not pressing down too much through your lower back. Okay guys, we're going to start off with straight leg extensions. So we're going to lift one foot just off the floor, keeping the foot really low. We'll straighten the leg out and then we'll bring it back in again. So all while holding our pelvis still, using your corset to keep your alignment really steady. So I'll talk you through it. So let's inhale into the sides of the rib cage. Exhale and lace your corset. So ribs, abdominals, pulling across the hip bones. And we'll lift one foot just off the floor, but keeping the leg really low. We'll slowly straighten this leg out away from your body now. So keep your corset tight, just take little sips of breath as you need them. Once your leg is quite straight, let's rest your heel on the floor. Let's inhale. Exhale and lace your corset, lift your straight leg just off the floor again, and then really relax your leg. So let your thigh muscles relax as we bend your knee and start to slowly draw your foot back in, still keeping your leg really low to the floor. We'll take that foot down, let's change sides. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset, so other foot is just lifted, but controlling that lift. Your pelvis isn't tipping here. Relax your leg as you straighten it away. So keep pulling across your hip bones to steady your pelvis. Now keep your knee soft so you're not tensing up the leg muscles as we take your heel down. Inhale from here. Exhale, lace your corset. So with control, we'll lift your straight leg just off the floor and then really relax your leg as you draw it slowly back in. So your leg is feeling really heavy to challenge your pelvis now. We'll change legs. Let's do a few on each side. Okay, and the further your foot travels from your body, the heavier your leg will feel. So it will become more of a challenge, not let your pelvis tip. So you're not letting your lower back arch, keeping the ribs down and the shoulders relaxed as well. Just see how much you can relax your leg. We'll make this your last move. Okay, let's bring both arms up now. Fingers pointed up, palms turned in. We'll melt the shoulder blades back into the mat. So arms are just slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Your elbows are a bit loose and soft. Chin tucked in, the back of your ribs are feeling heavy, letting them sink back. We'll take both arms overhead now as we take one leg out. So pelvis into neutral. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset, ribs, abdominals, pull across the hip bones. We'll lift one foot just off the floor. And as we straighten your leg out, we'll float both arms overhead now. So still keeping your leg really close to the ground. So it's just lifted. Your knee is staying soft as we rest your heel down. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset, lift your straight leg just off the floor, relax your leg and really relax your arms and shoulders. So as you draw your foot back in, we'll slowly float the arms up. Let's change legs and keep that going now with both arms. Okay, so arms are travelling back as they float back now. Let's keep pressing the back of the ribs down, keeping the shoulders feeling heavy and keeping your chin tucked in so your neck is staying long, as is your spine. We'll do this last move in your own time, making this your last one. We'll hug the knees up into the chest when you're finished. Let's have a stretch into the lower back here. Just rocking side to side, maybe back and forth, just releasing the knees gently and hugging them back in. Bring the feet back down. So bent legs, hip width apart. Let's settle our pelvis into neutral. Arms by your sides now, palms are facing up. So we're going to take one leg out. We'll keep that leg out as we bring the second leg out as well this time. And then first leg in on its own, followed by the second leg. Okay, let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. Let's lift one foot just off the floor. So keeping your leg low, we'll start to slowly straighten out without your pelvis tipping. So back of both hips are feeling even still on the floor. Keep your knee soft, we'll rest your heel down without your pelvis tipping at that point. Let's keep that leg out now. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. So lift your other foot just off the floor now. And we'll slowly straighten the second leg out without your lower back beginning to arch. So your pelvis isn't tipping forward now with the weight of both legs. Rest your heel down, let your shoulders stay relaxed. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. Lift your first leg just off the floor. Relax your leg muscles as we draw this foot slowly back into place, still keeping it really low. The lower your leg, the more of a challenge. We'll take that foot down. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. Second leg just lifting and slowly draw this foot back in now. So start your next move on this leg that you've just brought in, and let's do a few in your own time. Lovely, guys. We'll hug the knees up when you're finished. Just rock out into the lower back. We'll keep one knee hugged into your chest now. We'll straighten the other leg out, so press down through your lower back here. We'll let your foot relax out to the side and then slide this leg out, so into our hip flexor stretch. So trying to get into our psoas muscle in particular. We'll keep the lower back pressed down into your mat now and just relax into this stretch. So let's breathe nice and deeply here. If you want to get a little bit deeper in that stretch, taking your knee out to the side will help, but keep pressing your lower back down and keep the back of the hips down as well. And just relax into it, breathe in deeply. We'll give the glutes a good squeeze now, so squeeze your bum cheek. So contracting those big muscles in the back of the hip helps the muscles in the front of the hip to lengthen a bit more. Breathing into that. Let's relax here. Let's bring your straight leg back into the middle. Hug that knee back up into the chest. Have a little rock out again, side to side. And then when you're ready, we'll straighten the other leg away. Lower back firmly pressed down. Let your foot flop out. Slide your leg out to the side. So breathe into this stretch here. Take your knee out if you'd like to get a little bit deeper in that stretch here. Press the back of the hips down. We'll give the glutes a squeeze now. Just keep your foot turned out and relaxed. Relax here, guys. Bring that leg back in. Let's hug the knee up. Stretch out again, rock side to side. Okay, let's bring the feet back down, so bent legs. We're going to do some lower leg raises now. So with this move, we're keeping the thighs still, and then we're just going to lift up the lower part of the leg. And we're going to lift up that lower part of the leg quite high until your leg is quite straight, just at a diagonal from your upper body. We'll bend the knee and slowly bring the foot back down. So if you notice that move when I did that there, your thighs are not lifting, so you're not lifting the thighs and lifting the leg. We're keeping the thighs level to each other and we're just lifting the lower leg up and down. So sort of just moving from the knee. So shoulders are relaxed, palms up. Let's settle our pelvis into neutral. Make sure your feet are parallel to each other as well. So the toes are not turned out. We're keeping your feet in a straight line. Toes pointed forward. So let's inhale. Exhale and lace your corset. And we'll slowly begin to lift one foot from the floor now. So just the lower leg that's lifting here. So you want to lift it up as high as you can without your knee beginning to lock out. So knee is staying soft. Good, let's inhale. Exhale and lace your corset. And start to bend your knee and slowly draw your foot back down to the mat. Changing legs now. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset without your pelvis moving this time. We'll slowly lift the other foot up. So make sure your thighs are still. That thigh isn't lifting, just the lower leg. Soften your knee, relax into your thigh. Inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. Relax your shoulders as we slowly draw the foot back down. I'll let you do a few on each leg here. So a very controlled move, this one. Quite a lot to think about. Keeping the thighs still and the pelvis. Relaxing your leg, relaxing your shoulders. Just trying to target into those deeper core muscles here. We're also working into the back muscles quite a bit with this move because we're taking the legs out quite straight. So whenever you're working with straight legs, it's quite a lot of effort for the back muscles. Let's do one last move. one, guys. When you're ready, bring your arms up. Let's add in the arms to this move. So palms are turned in, shoulders are relaxed back into the mat. Your chin is tucked, your ribs are down. Pelvis into neutral, so we're not pressing down too firmly through the lower back. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset. And as we lift one foot up now, we'll float both arms overhead. So make sure your thigh doesn't lift, it's just the lower leg still. Keeping the knee nice and soft, and both arms are travelled back. Let's inhale. Exhale, lace your corset and relax your leg and relax your arms. We'll start to bend the knee, draw the foot back down as we float both arms back up into place. Good, let's change legs, keep that going now. Okay, so as your arms float back, let's keep pressing the back of the ribs down. Let's keep the shoulders feeling heavy so they're not lifting. Your spine isn't arching up. Okay, so when we start to add in the arms, it becomes a little bit trickier to focus on your legs. So make sure that your thighs are not lifting. Again, just the lower leg. Let's make this your last move. Clicky knee. Take your time on your last one, but when you're ready, hug your knees up. Okay, so if you want to, you can just circle the knees out one way, then the other. It's quite a nice way just to relax out into all the back muscles. Let's do one last sequence with this progression now. So this time we're going to start with one leg lifted, and then as we lower that leg, we'll lift the other leg up at the same time. Okay, so legs are moving at the same time now, just in different directions, and again without the thighs lifting. So quite a challenging move. So you can bring it back to your single legs if you prefer to. So let's settle into neutral through the pelvis, palms facing up. Shoulders down, ribs are down, chin tucked in. We'll get our first leg lifted, so let's inhale. Exhale and lace your corset, ribs, abdominals, pull across the hip bones. We'll start to slowly lift one foot away now. Keep your leg relaxed, keep your knee nice and soft, so make sure your pelvis hasn't tipped to that side from this point. Let's start with this leg lifted now. Let's inhale. Exhale and lace your corset. And slowly start to lower that foot back down now as we lift the other leg up. So try to let your feet pass right in the middle. And then you're back at your starting point, so we'll keep that going. So lacing your corset when you're ready. And then as we lift this leg, lowering the other one back down. Shaking with this one. Good, let's keep that going now. So let's try to keep your pelvis really steady, not letting it wobble. Shoulders down, which is quite difficult, keeping the ribs from lifting. Good, we'll just do a couple more here, guys. Well done. Making this your last. And then hug your knees up, have a stretch. That's a hard move. My muscles shake a lot when I'm working really hard. So if your muscles are shaking, it's a good sign. This means your muscles are working really hard. Okay guys, let's stretch out the hamstrings now. Let's bring one foot down to the mat. We'll keep the other knee hugged in. Press your lower back down. When you're ready, we'll start to straighten that leg all the way up. So if you want to use a band and pop one over, I just don't have one to hand. Okay, if you don't have a band though, you can just hold at the back of your thigh if that feels comfortable. I'll keep pushing your bum into the floor. We'll tip your toes back towards your head now. Press down into all four corners of your other foot. Breathe into your stretch. Good, let's bend that knee in. Let's change over. So hugging the other knee into the chest, pop your bands over if you have it. Press down through your lower back. We'll start to straighten this leg all the way up. And then just hold in here and breathing into that stretch. Let's push your bum into the floor, tip your toes back. Keep breathing here. Let's bend that knee down. We're going to take it into the shoulder bridge now. So let's remove your pillow. Slide your heels closer into your body. Palms are facing up, your chin is tucked in. We'll start with our preparation move here. Okay, so let's inhale. Exhale and lace your corset. We'll tip your pelvis all the way back now. So your lower back is now pressing down into your mat. And then inhale as you relax into neutral again. We'll keep that going, so exhale, lace your corset, tip all the way back. Press down quite firmly through your lower spine. And then inhale as you come back to neutral. And just do a few in your own breath here. We'll just start to mobilise into the hips and pelvis. Small, but quite a powerful move. Get a nice stretch into the lower back here. If you're feeling tight there, you will be feeling this, like I am this morning. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Try to relax your glutes as well, so that movement is just being controlled by your corset muscles and the pelvis muscles. We'll just do a couple more. Okay, let's relax into neutral. We'll get ready to lift to your full bridge now. So press into all four corners of your feet. Your feet are parallel. Your knees are not too far apart, so hip width apart is often a lot narrower than what we think. Okay, let's inhale. Exhale and lace your corset. So start with your prep move as you tip back, press down through your lower spine. Keep your corset laced now. We'll start to peel the tailbone up. Let your chin tuck into your collarbone. Let's peel the rest of the spine away, lifting as comfortably high as you want to in this bridge, just whatever feels most comfortable here. But if you can, you have that slope from your knees down to your shoulders. So your hips are lifted, but your rib cage is down. You're not lifting the ribs up, we're keeping them down. Good, let's inhale. Exhale and lace your corset. As you tip your pelvis back now, we'll start to lay your spine back down. So think about just laying one vertebra down at a time. So your lower back is touching the floor. Your tailbone is coming down right at the very end. Let's keep that going. So lacing your corset, tipping back, beginning to peel up into your shoulder bridge. We'll keep pressing down into all four corners of the feet. So you're feeling really stable from the ground up. Lacing your corset when you're ready before you roll out of this bridge. Just encouraging a bit more movement now if you can. Curling through your spine now. Let's try to let every part of the vertebrae make contact with the floor at some point along into your move. And we'll make this your last one. Lovely guys, you can pop your pillow behind your head when you're ready. Let's move into our Z stretch now. So we'll bring the arms out wide. Bend your elbows here if you have to in a box shape. Let's cross your right leg over your left, or just feet and knees are coming in together if that's more comfortable. You'll still get the same stretch here. Let's tip both knees over to your left hand side as you keep your shoulder blades pulled back into the floor. Turning your head over to your right. And we'll just hold this stretch, just breathe into it, just enjoy this one. And just let go of any tension in your hips, let your thighs really relax and sink over. Good, so let's press down into your lower back now. We'll gently push up to the middle, crossing the other leg over. Our feet and knees are just close together. And let's gently roll over to, sink the knees over to your right, turn your head to your left, pulling your shoulder blades back so we're really lengthening one end of the muscles away from the other. Just breathe into this stretch and really relax into it. So we'll gently push down into the lower back now, pushing up to the middle. Let's uncross the legs. Let's straighten one leg out followed by the other. Bring both arms overhead. Have a really good stretch out here. Give your abdominals a good stretch. Lift your ribs up. Point your toes and fingers. I'm sorry, this stretch always makes me yawn. Let's give the glutes a good squeeze. Feel that stretch across the hips and the lower abdominals. Lovely guys, let's relax down. Good, let's bend the knees in, we'll roll onto your side. We're going to push up onto the hands and knees into 4 point. I'm just going to adjust this camera a little bit. Okay, good. So, if you're not good on your hands and knees, you can bring this into prone instead, okay? Just face down, flat out on your front. So we're going to work into the back muscles. So if you're okay with 4 point, we'll get into alignment. Okay, so if you're doing prone instead, just take your arms in a W position. But for us, let's bring our arms down under our shoulders. Your knees are coming straight down from your hips. Your knees are also hip width apart here. Now your hands are slightly wider, so just take them to the edge of your mat here, and your elbows are staying soft. We're going to pull your tummy muscles in so that your lower back doesn't feel like it's dipping. We're staying really strong through the lower back and through the abdominals. And your elbows are soft so that your shoulders are not rounded out. Got a nice flat back. Your neck is lifted and your chin is tucked in. Okay, we're going to start with single leg lifts. So let's inhale to prepare. Exhale, lace your corset. Let's slide one leg out behind now, and then let's lift this leg up. So try to not let your hips tip. We'll keep the hip bones pointed down to the mat. Inhale to slide your knee back in. And let's change legs. So exhale, lace your corset. We'll slide the leg away and then lift. Keep your tummy muscles pulled in. And then inhale to lower. We'll keep that going now. Okay, so let's think about lengthening the upper body. So feel the crown of your head pulling away from your tailbone. We'll keep the elbows soft. So we're just lifting this leg up as high as you can without your pelvis twisting. You can imagine headlights on your hip bones. Let's keep the legs pointed straight down to the floor. Good, and making this your last. And then let's sit back on the ankles, have a stretch in child pose, take your arms out and your head down. Good, so back onto the hands and knees now. So if you're in prone, just straighten your arms out overhead. We're going to lift the opposite arm now as well. So abdominals are pulled in, neck is long, lifted, your chin is tucked. Let's inhale, exhale, lace your corset. We'll slide one leg out behind now, and as we lift this leg, we'll lift the opposite arm straight out in front. Let's hold it there for a few seconds just to challenge your balance. Inhale as you lower. Change your arms and legs now. So keep your elbows soft. Let's keep your neck lifted, so making sure that your neck isn't beginning to droop down. Abdominals are in really tightly. Let's do one more here, guys. Well done. And then sit back on your ankles, have a stretch. Use your pillow if you need to for the stretch. Okay, and if it's comfortable, you can bring your arms down by your sides in child pose here. Maybe use your pillow for this one. So arms are down by your sides, but your palms are facing up to the ceiling. Let your shoulders just relax forward and feel that stretch in your upper back. Okay guys, we're going to slowly bring it up to standing now. So onto the hands and knees. We'll just tuck the toes under. Gently push back into your ankles. Now keep your head down. You can push up onto your thighs here and walk yourself up, or you can slowly roll up, bringing your head up last. So when you're ready and you're back in standing, let's just circle the shoulders round. Lift them up to your ears. Let's pinch the shoulder blades back together. And let's take it in the other direction. Let's shake it out here. Let's get into alignment to finish off. Okay, so feet hip width apart, knees are soft. Let's settle the pelvis in neutral, settling in the middle. Abdominals are pulled in as we relax your arms down. Let's inhale now, lifting the shoulders up. Let's pop our helium balloons on, one on each ear. And as you exhale, melt your shoulders and lengthen your spine. Lifting up the rib cage now. We'll keep your ribs lifted. Exhale to melt your shoulders down as you lengthen. Let's bring the shoulders up one last time. Start from your shoulders, rotate outwards so your palms are following that movement from the shoulders. Let's melt the shoulder blades down your back now, let them slide down into place, and elastoplast them so they don't move as you rest your arms down by your sides. And lastly, without looking down, let's think about keeping our weight spread out evenly into all four corners of each foot, so that you feel balanced, you feel centered, and you feel grounded. Thank you so much for joining me with this video. Really hope you enjoyed it. I know that Yvonne has a new video uploaded on her website as well, so feel free to use her website. Hers is realisticpilatesfife.co.uk. The same password for my website, Joseph in lowercase. And I'll be back in a few weeks' time with a new video. So thanks very much guys, hope you're all doing well, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now.